Okay, so go to your previous folder, whatever you have done, chapter 10 folder. Just copy it and paste and rename it as chapter 11. And you need to have all the files, video files that you're going to. So actually, your current website should look like this. Index page, you're going to add a video. And then here in transition page, you're going to perform some transition. You can see the previous one, it is simply changing from one color to another color due to pseudo class thing that we have done. Remember, when you hover over it, change the color to red. So that we have done through pseudo class, but we are going to change it and we are going to do this transition thing, animation thing. You can see it slowly changes its color from blue to maroon. In between that, it has some other color. Okay. So this we are going to do using transition property, and then we are going to add a video file. So we have to first have all the files that is needed. Okay. Just download, as I told you, in Folio, you can just download all these files and just have it in the current folder. But if you have student files, go to chapter 11, go to case study starters, PTR, just copy all those files and place it in your current folder. Okay, so these are the files that we need or we are going to add to include video in the first page. Okay, so if you have this folder ready, let's go to the instruction and read the instructions. Task 1, have everything ready. We have done it already. We have created a folder, kept all those files. And the task 2 will be CSS. As usual, I want to do the HTML first, then we'll do the CSS, then we can check it immediately. So let's do task 3 first. Configure the video. Launch a text editor and open home page. Code HTML video control below the paragraph element. Configure the video, source, and anchor elements to work with the following files. The 4 files that we have added, we're going to integrate it with the code so that it will be visible in the first page. The dimensions of the video is going to be 320 pixel and 240 pixel height. Use the anchor element to configure a hyperlink. Okay. So first, let's work on the HTML. Go to the file, open the index file. Right. You can do that or just go to your Visual Studio Code. Open folder. Just make sure that you're opening your current folder. Chapter 11. Just make sure you're opening the current folder. Okay, that. Open the index.html. So our index file is here. Okay, let me open it. It's chapter 10. Okay, this is our current file. Now I'm going to add a video here. Okay. So as per the instruction, we have to add a video file below or above the paragraph. It should be below the paragraph element. Okay. Where is the paragraph? Here. Before the UL, here we have to add video control. Okay. Is the tag that will help us to add this. So to include the sources, there are different. You can see we have different video files. One is MOV file, MP4 file, OGV file, and even a flash file, and then WMV file, all possible file. But you don't need to have all possible files. even one file will work. We are just giving the options. If one file doesn't work, then it will take the other source available. Okay. But since we have all the sources, let's include everything. The first one, Pacific Tail. What is the name of the file? You can see Pacific dot this one, right? So you can just pull and keep it. Oh, it doesn't do that. Copy. Still it doesn't do that. Okay, so just type it, then it should show you in the drop down menu option. MP4 file. So that is SRC attribute. Then type attribute, where you have to specify the type of the file. If it is audio, then audio and whatever the extension. Since it is video, and the extension is MP4. Okay, that is one file that we have added. Let's add all the other remaining files. SRC, OGV. So your Visual Studio Code is advanced enough to do this for you. OGG is the extension for this. And then for multimedia, we didn't do this multimedia flash thing. Maybe I just want to waive off this. You don't need to do this because my flash is deprecated, so we don't need to have it anymore. Okay, so I'm just taking it off. Anything else we have to do? Let's add the controls. Okay. I'm just adding 2 files. But for the video, we have some attributes, right? The controls attribute will help you to display the controls widget. To on the video, increase the volume, all those stuff can be added with the control widget. And then poster, we have this image file. Okay, in case if the video is not playing, then as an accessibility thing, we have to show an image. Okay, so that we are showing. For that, we are using the attribute called poster. So for that, select that Pacific Trail Resort JPJ. You will not see this only in the case that video is not getting loaded. In that case only, the poster will be visible. They have mentioned the size of the video. The width should be 320. And the height should be 240. Height should be 240. Okay, let's see how it is getting displayed. You can see we have added it, but we have to customize it in a way that it should be the layout. We are going to change the layout so that we are going to change the position of that. It should be here, parallelly here. It should be floated, but we are not going to use float. Okay, so how to bring this from here to here? We have to work on CSS for that. Okay, so adding video is done. Let's move on to the CSS part. Open Pacific in a text editor, nav selection. Okay, we are going to work on the navigation transition, right? So for that, we have to open CSS. Locate the nav A selector, code additional style declaration to configure 3 second ease out. Remember the transitions and styles, linear, transit, trans out, ease in, ease out, ease in out, right? So we're going to specify ease out property, changing the color. You can do anything with the transition, changing color, font, as I have mentioned before. Any CSS can be changed during that particular time period from one property to another property. Here we are going to change the font color. Okay. Okay, now let's open the Pacific.css. We have to work with the nav. Okay. Go to nav A, whether we have nav A. Yes, we have one. And we have text decoration here. And we're going to change it to transition. Okay, what we're going to do transition, color. And 3 seconds is out. Okay, so I think this code will work. So under nav A selector, add transition property, color changing, font color changing. Already we have given the color. When you hover over it, visitor and color. So the color change, we're not giving the color, the particular change. We are just specifying when it is in the link state, it is in blue color, and in hover state, this is this color, right? So that color change is going to happen in 3 seconds with 3 is out. So that's what we are specifying. Now let's refresh the screen and just see whether this color change is not immediate. It's taking some time. Okay, 3 seconds of time to change from one color to another color. So this we have implemented transition property. Okay, here before the media query, add the selector that we have added. The tag name is video. So the new tag that we have added, and that is going to get floated in the right side. Okay, so is that the thing or anything else that we have to specify? Float it on the right with 1 EM margin. Okay, on the right. Either you can specify margin or padding. Margin right. Margin right. You can specify margin right or left. Right, float on the right with a margin. Okay, so we don't need to specify left or right, simply margin. Margin 1 EM. I think that's it. Okay, save this file and refresh the screen. It will get floated in the right side. So very simple. So chapter 11 lab exercise simply has 3 coding. You're adding a video and then floating that video somewhere so that it does not take the whole viewport. Okay, and then you're just applying the transition. So that's it. That's it all about your chapter 11 lab. Okay, so now let's discuss the chapter 12.